All right, so when this happens and it attacks the proteins and stuff, it causes a chemical reaction and it turns into an ammonia gas. Okay, so this is where you start getting acid reflux and all this stuff coming up. It's a gas, right? And then the rest of it attacks your stomach lining. It attacks your intestines. Next thing you know, you have diarrhea to the point where you're getting tired of wiping your butt because it's getting raw. Why is it getting raw? Not from friction. It's from the acid. And then you start eating the stomach lining. Now you've got, what do they call that? Where you have a little hole here, a little hole here, a little hole here. Okay? You're getting ulcers. And then it goes up and it starts weakening the heart. Because that's acid pressure. The heart is supposed to go like this. But when you have pressure wrapped around it, it can't expand and contract like it should. So this causes aneurysms. All right? And why don't doctors tell people this? Because they don't study this. It's below what they should be learning. But this little stuff turns into big stuff. They treat the big stuff because those are the symptoms. They don't treat the source, which is the little stuff. We treat the source. You treat the source and heal it, the symptoms all go away. And that's what we do. You need energy, we give you energy. We manipulate energy. We control the energy flow. We control the frequency and vibration. Each organ has in your body has a different frequency and it has a different vibration. When everything is in sequence and everything is where it should be, okay, you're like an orchestra going, playing beautiful music. And this is homeostasis, the balance of health and well-being. So when one thing is out of sync, another thing will go out, and another thing will go out. So what we have studied and learned and patented is the points, like pressure points. And we have matched the tuning forks according to the frequency and the vibration for that internal organ. So that's just one of the type of modalities that we have found it. Didn't know you're going to get a class, did you?
Well, I want to try it now.
Do you think people just accept the fact that they're unhealthy because when they, well, I'll let you answer this, but when they watch TV, everybody's unhealthy and every commercial says you need this drug for this and this drug for that. Is that happening?
Yeah, they accept it's normal to be unhealthy. It doesn't matter if you go and get an asthma pill. The side effects are even death, or Viagra. Side effects can be death, heart attack, kidney failure, all this other stuff. Who wants to get a piece of ass that is worth dying for? I haven't met one yet. So why would I want to take a pill that's going to give me an erection? Now, lasting 4 hours, that can be a good thing. I'm just kidding. But the thing is, the side effects aren't worth it. It can cause so much, even an aneurysm of the brain. Well, you're not going to have any sex after that because now you've got a stroke. Nothing's working. You have a heart attack. Now you're not physically fit to have sex. You're defeating your purpose. We treat ED, again, with energy, frequency, vibration, with no pills, no side effects.
Is it, why if I go to the doctor down the road, don't they say, hey, you know, you have high blood pressure, did you drink a Coca-Cola before you walked in my office? That could be it. Why don't you come back tomorrow? I'd like to get a second opinion before I prescribe you medication. Maybe I shouldn't prescribe you medication. Jeff down the street, I know he does, you know, some stuff. Maybe you should go see him first. Then maybe you could come back to me. Why doesn't the doctor evaluate any other options?
It's a control thing and an ego thing. All right, they say, okay, we go to school for 4 years, if an osteopathic, 6 to 8 years. Well, I've been going to school, see, those certificates up there is only about half of what I've got. Now, I've been going to school studying this since 1974. I've been a hypnotherapist since 1974 and a crisis hotline counselor for community mental health. I mean, I'm an acupressurist. I teach acupressure. I teach hypnotherapy. I teach so many things. Reflexology, anatomy, energy medicine. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, I'm constantly learning, trying to be a better healer. So I've dedicated my life to helping people from using my psychic ability. I use my psychic ability to medically scan people. They walk in the door, and I'm already telling them what's wrong with them before they even sit down. And they're like, well, my doctor didn't find that. I said, you better go back and have them check again. So they go back to their doctor and they have them checked. They go into blood tests and x-rays, and they're like, well, how did you know that you had this for me to check on it? Well, Jeff, Dr. Jeff down there at the Holistic Center told me to come back and check. And right off the bat, that doctor's pissed off, embarrassed, because he didn't catch it. I don't have all this fancy machinery. I don't want this machinery. I don't need this machinery. I'm in tune with life. I know the vibrations. You can stand across the room holding a tuning fork. I can stand at the other end of the room, send energy, and match that frequency and vibration. I'll make that tuning fork start to vibrate. I know the vibrations of the body. I know where they're supposed to be. And that's what I bring them back to. If the frequency is too low, you're sick. If it's too high, you're sick. It has to be that exact frequency for that organ. Now, like say your heart, that's an F tuning fork. That is the frequency you have to have. Anything having to do with the throat, that's a G tuning fork. That is the frequency you have to have. Say your testicles and things like this. This is a low C tuning fork. That is the frequency, the stimulation, the vibration you have to bring the penis back in so it can get an erection. It has to be stimulated through the testicles, up through the cords, into the nerve endings. And those nerve endings run all the way up into your brain, so your thought process of looking at porn sends that stimulation down through the nerves, which stimulates the testicles, which in turn stimulates the muscles, so you can get an erection. It's very simple. Very simple. Your body is like a road map, like looking at an atlas. Everything is connected to everything. You just have to know what goes to where and what it does. That's what I've spent my life doing.
Are you speaking to my body, or is my body speaking to you?
I listen to your body. I see hot spots, I see cold spots, I see blockages. This is what I do with people. I feel what you feel. That's called empathic ability. You have precognition, that's seeing the future. You have recognitions, going into the past. You have telepathy, okay, that's thoughts and intentions. You have empathic ability, you feel what other people feel. You have telekinesis, that's where you move things with your mind. I showed you that, didn't I? Holding up one rod, Cindy holds up one rod and I make it spin around. All right, that's telekinesis. I use everything I have to my advantage. I do remote viewing on my own naturally as a psychic, but I also studied with Major Ed Dames in remote viewing for the CIA. That used to be the OSI. It changed to CIA, and this is what they called military espionage. They're also trying to figure out how to take a psychic, enter a dream, and do assassinations. Now, as a shaman, yes, I know how to do dream walking. I can enter your dream anytime I want to when you're asleep. But I do that to heal. If you're having nightmares and you're afraid to go to sleep, I enter your dreams. I help you defeat your monster, and your nightmares go away. But I will not go into your dreams to kill you, because I believe all life is sacred.
So these skills and the stuff that you've studied and the stuff that you perform, is that something that is a gift that you were given? Is that something you've learned, and is that something you can teach other people?
It's a gift that I was born with, and yes, I do teach people how to use their psychic ability, learn to strengthen it, make it grow, learn to understand it, learn how to control it, refine it, and use it. Everybody has intuition to one level or another, but most people try to hide from it. And sooner or later they'll realize you can't play hide and seek with yourself and win. You can't do it. And this is what you try to do when you try to hide from your own intuition, where people say a gut feeling. They don't want to admit that they have psychic ability because of religion. Religion, the Bible's full of prophets. What are prophets? They're psychics. So if you had psychics then and it's okay, why can't you have psychics now and still be okay? But now, you know, because we're scary, we're the unknown, we're spooky, we're evil, or we're possessed, or we're crazy, or weird. Man has become programmed to fear the unknown. When Cindy comes out here, I'm going to let her read you a sheet of paper we passed out in last night's class. And you'll have an idea of what we teach. It gets very deep. Because see, a lot of people don't believe I talk to God. Well, He talks to me all the time and I talk back. And this last night's class was given to me from the Creator to teach.
That was
So
amazing.
you said when Cindy comes out here and boom,
Yeah, here she is. I knew she was coming.
there she is. That
What
was
did
within two
Within five-
seconds, 5
4
seconds
seconds, yeah.
of you saying when Cindy comes out here, the door just opens and
Ta-da!
Well,
you walked up.
I knew she was coming. I do this all the time, but people react like you do, like, wow. Well, I don't think about it. When she first met me, she was always like, how did he know that? Or, you know, it's just, like she told me, I forget people don't know what I know. Like she says, you see the whole picture. We're not even aware it exists.
Yeah, he's
But-
already working on the plan way down here on the road, and we're still over here going, what's going on over here?
And I do. I just forget. I'm like, okay, I know. Why don't you know? Would you read last night's paper we passed out to him? That Creator gave me to teach in class.
Okay.
So while she looks for that, how has your gift affected your personal relationships? I mean, do people come to you or?
Most people come to me, and I turn a lot away because they just either want to test me or they want to be entertained. And I'll tell them I'm not here for entertainment purposes. Nowhere on anything connected with me will you see a little, what do they call it, disclaimer for entertainment purposes only. I'm very serious. And I tell people, I just did the other day, there's cheaper forms of entertainment than me. And I won't do a reading. Because I'm not here to babysit them or entertain them. I'm here to help people. If you're serious enough, wanting to know for your health and well-being, I am serious enough because I feel you're worth it. But to come in and want to test me or have me entertain you, and then you go to another psychic to see how much we compare, that's the worst thing you can do is bounce from psychic to psychic to psychic. Other psychics are going to tell you anything you want to hear to get you to come back. I tell you things you may not want to hear, but you need to hear. I tell you the truth. Because just because I see something bad if I had for you, I'm giving you a heads up. You have free will. You have the power to keep it from happening. This is why I'm telling you in advance. Change what you're doing. It does not have to happen. Then they'll come back a month later. Oh, you were right. I should have listened. Well, duh. You know, that's what really irritates me. I bang my head on the wall. Then why in the hell did you come here and pay me $45? Keep your money and just pretend, you know, it's going to be okay. You can do what you want anyway.